Slideshow, please. So this is a short slideshow that you want to move the screen down a little bit there, John. Just push the down button for like half the. That's good. So this is a slideshow to kind of lay the context for this conversation. It's mainly about facilities and how we got to where we are and where we're at. And the first two slides are just some background in California law, which I'm sure many of you know, but this is a quote from, back up. This is a quote from Ed Code in the section of authorizing charter petitions, and it states that school districts should be guided by the intent of the legislature that charter schools are and should become an integral part of the California education system, and that the establishment of charter schools should be established. And I know many people in this community don't agree with this law, but it's what we are operating under, and it is the framework that we are functioning in. So I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that was clearly laid out in black and white by the legislature. In that context and building on that attitude or orientation, Proposition 39, which was passed in 2001, lays out quite clearly that public charter school students have the same right to classroom space as do district students. And then there's some detail in that, and there's a bit of a whole set of regulations, which we are now marching our way through between us and the district. Next. So, first a little history of how we, the kind of background to how we got here. In the fall of 2013, the then district superintendent kind of suggested and then supported the teachers in requesting that they move to map to Red Hill to serve about 70 more students and to renovate classrooms there. So the district did a thumbnail estimate about how much it would cost, and I think the upper limit was like $2.5 million. And that would have added 14 classrooms to the K-5 district capacity and would have served about 200 kids. The school board in December of 2013 unanimously voted against doing that and instead proceeded to spend $6 million in bond funds, adding 11 new classrooms at 3 elementary schools. Next. In February of 2015, St. Rita's closed. At that time, Ross Valley asked the district to reverse its November decision to deny our charter, because if they did so, then we could have rented St. Rita's, because it was at that point vacant, and St. Rita's was accepting offers. And we were in contact with the diocese and had a lot of conversations. But at the end of the day, the fact that we didn't have an authorized school, it couldn't start in 2015, was out of the running. So we asked the district if they would authorize us. The district said no. Cascade Canyon has now leased St. Rita's with a long-term lease of that, which is the single best other place in the district, in the boundaries of the district, for us to locate is off the table. Next. When we filed our petition, our second petition in 2015, we did not make a Prop 39 request. We had in the first petition, but we didn't in the second petition. And we did as an act of goodwill, because we thought that Red Hill was a viable option, and we also thought there might be something we didn't know about that was out there in the community. And the next 3 slides, which you can just kind of page through. These slides are on our board agenda website if you want to look at the detail of these. It's available as a PDF. But We did not find any place, and we were not able to come to an agreement with the district on Red Hill. We went through this very formal bidding process, never had an opportunity to discuss anything in any meeting setting other than through lawyers. And so we did not succeed in renting Red Hill earlier this year. And so as we told the district board in February of last year we would, without being able to rent Red Hill or finding another site, we would be filing a Prop 39 as a fallback plan. Next. We do still believe that Red Hill is the best viable long-term solution and is virtually the only solution that neither dislocates nor disrupts district families. We will accept a split school on shared campuses, as we said in our request, as a bridge to this or some other long-term solution, it appears. But it is a vacant school with an adequate number of classrooms, public school. It seems hard to understand why we can't try to see if a public school could rent public school properties. Next. In preparation for this, back when we were hoping to rent Red Hill last year, the town of San Anselmo zoning, building, fire, and public works department toured Red Hill with us with Brett. And they thought, at that time, Sharon was with me, that because of grandfathering, we could probably open school there for less than $100,000 if we were just doing lipstick, not moving walls. We subsequently got a licensed public school architect to walk through the school in detail, make a detailed list. And again, because of grandfathering, he thought we could get in there for more than $100,000. His number was $400,000. And we believe that's the case. We could finance $400,000. We've already got a commitment for a $300,000 loan. Next. Dozens of districts around the state have used the in lieu provision of Prop 39, which is what we're asking to be used to lease us this property. And I'm putting this slide up there because I had never heard Dr. Bagley acknowledge until last night that Prop Lieu would allow the district to sit down and negotiate a lease with us, but I think he acknowledged that last night. Marcy said last night that they can't rent Red Hill because we could just turn around anytime and say, oh, we're going to do a Prop 39 for bid. Well, we understood that as a concern of the district. And so in our January letter last year, asking for renting Red Hill, we had the following words. And we agreed to put in our lease contractual guarantees that we wouldn't file a Prop 39 as long as the district continued to rent us the space at Red Hill. Next. And this issue of liability is an interesting issue. We've built a world in the last 350 years on the rule of law and contracts. And over and over again, people who don't trust each other get lawyers and write down all the things in a contract that they are worried about so that they are protected from risk. And we believe that our lawyers and the district lawyers can come up with language that mitigates the risks that so far have been articulated by the district. The risks of leasing to RVC are no different than the risks of leasing to any tenant. Next. We openly acknowledge that there are issues regarding Red Hill. Traffic is the biggest single one. We've met with the town of San Anselmo. I think they think that we think that with the use of yellow buses, we can come up with a plan that mitigates those risks. But we can't, you know, that takes a $35,000 traffic study and a lot of other things, and we can't do that until we know that there's some interest in reasoning into it. But there are issues, but our position is that it seems to us like a bad idea to dismantle the White Hill 6th grade program until some real attempt has been made to address these issues by the two parties involved by sitting down together, which has not happened yet. And we continue to ask for it to happen. Yes, next. So, in short, if we don't ever meet, it's impossible to avoid being in a zero-sum situation, and we think that's not good for this community. People, there's a great movie out called The Rival. I'm sure you ought to go see it, but there's a great line in the movie. Non-zero sum. Okay, so next slide. We're gonna I think we're gonna have the board ask any questions, and then I think we'll do public comment. And so the guide ground rules are what Sharon can't see, because she's got her back of the slides. But she's going to be managing it, so I'll leave it to her. One comment per person. Every question will be addressed when asked. 2 hours maximum, which I guess is not going to be a problem, because we don't have as many people here as we'd hope. Line up at the podium, be respectful. And as Anne is so good at encouraging in her board meetings, we would appreciate no audience emotional response, either for or against the speaker. Creates an environment that is not, as she said, emotionally safe. So, do you guys have any questions?